Thank you so much. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. Little self-isolated, but it's slowly but surely starting to come back together in New York City. I actually had my first face-to-face meeting with four of the members of my Vistage group this week.
That is exciting because I still have yet to have any face-to-face meetings, so at least there's some progress there, you know?
Exactly. But it's practically like you're here in the room with me.
I know. You know what? I am getting used to it. In the beginning, it seemed like such an odd way to do anything, and now it's amazing. Like, I almost want to say I've become so tech savvy because of all of this, and I know I'm not the only one. It did push me out of my comfort zone, that's for sure, but it definitely has gotten easier to do things this way.
Right. Yeah. Well, wait until you work with CEOs who never touched a piece of technology unless their assistant helped them, see how they're struggling with technology and how quickly they're learning. So when COVID virus hit, it was clear that this was going to be a major thing. What even then, let's say 2 months ago, I didn't realize it was going to so uproot some bad practices, bad systems, that with the death of George Floyd, of course, the floodgates of inequality finally opened, which we had been saying, we knew and we know is a gargantuan problem. Little did we realize, well, first of all, nobody knew 6 months ago that we were going to get this virus. I don't even think the WHO knew. But little did we know that this virus was in turn going to kick off major, major disruptions, all because there are things that are not working well. And the inequality, the racism is a big problem. So what's wonderful about disruption is all bets are off. And usually it's the underperforming, the weak, the improperly managed situations that eventually get fixed.
Right, but like you said, it is a major undertaking, especially since everything kind of came at us in like two waves in a way. First we had COVID, everybody was still trying to scramble and figure out. And then with George Floyd and the protests that are going on across the world, I mean, it's not even just here in the United States.
Right.
And, in your book, you talk about timing, and I think timing is one of those very crucial things in life, but it's very difficult. Like re-rigging a ship is dangerous enough, never mind doing it during a storm. So how do you figure out like the timing of when's too soon? You don't want to pull the trigger too soon and then everything is haphazard and chaotic. But if you wait too long, you might miss an opportunity. Like, how do you coach people when it comes to that?
Oh, yeah, that's almost on an individual basis. In general, what I'm proselytizing, if you will, or evangelizing, is that if you don't use, or if you haven't used this last 3 months, and who knows how long, we're still going to have a very extraordinary situation where we're not meeting, we're not distracted by politics necessarily, we're not distracted by people distracting us at work, where we can really focus and take some time to think. I tell all of my clients, all of whom have their own businesses, if you're not actually taking advantage of this to not only think through, but implement changes you've wanted to do forever, whether it's implementing a new software, new technology, whether it's opening up or planning to open up a new market segment, do an organizational realignment. If you haven't taken the time to think through it and at least started implementing, you have missed one of the great opportunities your business will have. This was almost, in some ways, if you put on the abundance mindset for a second, this was a great opportunity for businesses. Yes, there was pain, but out of pain comes transformation. And absolutely, I mean, some industries have been devastated, travel, restaurants, anything that requires lots of face-to-face contact for the experience. They don't have a choice. It's those that are doing all right. Technology companies, the first thing I always think of. The ones I know are doing all right. They're not suffering, but it's not quite what it was before. But also because they're technologists and they know technology changes rapidly, they're all thinking about a pivot, and they're all thinking of new markets they should go after, product changes, and so forth.